So now we're finally learning what women want.
Yes.
Right? We're finally learning who women are, what they like, and not what was the script. We've had different, I could say right now that we had a woman here, Dr. Millhouse, tell us that size doesn't really matter. Unless if you are about 4 inches, 5 inches, that's good for a woman biologically wise. I seen another post, right, saying the same thing. But for men, we thought if you ain't slanging, if you ain't hanging, you ain't slanging. You feel me? So we are now learning.
I kept doing this.
You know what I'm saying? We're now learning women for real for the first time. It's hard to have a conversation because we've been told lies for hundreds of years. We thought that y'all were this way.
Not lies, but y'all weren't informed because women didn't have a space to talk.
Yeah. So whoever told us what this was,
y'all told yourselves. Y'all told yourselves.
I don't think that's true.
Delicate little flowers.
Wait. Stop it.
Oh my gosh.
You know
No. I just think we should characterize it appropriately because you just said that women, we have been silenced and we haven't had the space. So I think it's just something that maybe men thought of on their own.
Not even. What I will say is I don't want to get into that because we don't know the fact. And we can go on and on about what possibilities occurred. But what I do know is that men who are not 100 years old, right, have been told that women are this way.
You're right.
So now this is the first time in my life where I got to really accept that's not true. This is how they operate. This is how they think. So now when you're talking about telling us the truth, you have to also be, gracefully, reminded that we don't know who you are. You're breaking our reality of you. We don't, you know what I'm saying? So when we say, yeah, three bodies is a lot, right? That's because that was our reality from whatever lie it stemmed from. But now, so it really takes a collective effort to really take time.
Everybody needs
Yeah, like we all need time because I don't really know women, even though I do, you know what I'm saying? They don't really know women, but...
Oh, shit.
But and then the worst part is we have the period of time where Marie asks, "Are we, what was it?
About honesty?
No, the damage. Are we aware of the damage that we're causing each other? No, yes, technically we're aware of the damage, but we're in our healing stage.
Yeah,
everybody's in therapy because of the damage. Everybody needs therapy because of the damage from men and women on both sides of the fence. So. Realistically, the Gen Zs and the generation coming up are really going to, in my opinion, be the most healed, the most informed,
and soft.
Can I say
possibly soft? You know what I'm saying? But they'll be considerate, right?
I do want to tap in on that because even when I was asking Amanda, like to speak for Generation Z, like I think that the downside and the people who are going to struggle with honesty the most is actually Generation Z.
Why?
Because this is the participation award, like, generation. So they don't understand that I'm not good, so I don't deserve a trophy. They are going to be extremely entitled, and we see that every day, just in how they move throughout society.
They don't even want to go to work.
They don't, because they feel like I'm a good
millennial,
person, and I can be on social media, and I can make money, and that's all I need to do. So I think when we talk about who's going to struggle with honesty the most, I really think it's going to be Generation Z because they never had nobody to tell them like, yo, you're trash. You don't get a medal and you sit on a bench. Matter of fact, you're not even on a team. Like you can't even be a water boy. Like they haven't had that experience. So when they encounter somebody in life and they're like, yo, I'm not interested in you. You're not my type and I don't want to be with you. Well, what do you mean? Like, this is crazy. I'm a good person. It's fine. I didn't say you was a good person. You're not the person for me. They are not going to understand that. And I think that they're the ones who are going to struggle with honesty the most.
But is that honesty or reality? Because reality is you can't be great at everything. Reality is you won't be the best. You won't win everything. I think that's more so reality. But the honesty part and the consciousness part of just being considerate of others is what they're going to possess. Like, I don't possess the same empathy as everybody else. Like, if you doing, like, we had a whole conversation before, but if you're doing something, and this is just my generation, if you're doing something that is counterproductive to what you want, I don't have that much empathy for you. But in this day and age, them younger people are going to say, well, you know what?
French fries are okay.
Yeah, like
entitlement.
and that's what Marie be doing to us on the low. And Marie be doing that too. You gotta consider how they could feel, and you gotta think. You gotta include them. And I know
fries
that's
are okay.
because they,
Have empathy,
you know, like.
compassion.
I don't think that about you, Marie.
Thank you.
But she's a part of them. She's not really one of us.
No.
Oh my goodness.
She wants to be one of us, but she's not.
She is a zillennial.
I personally don't feel like there's one soulmate out there for you. I feel like you could have multiple soulmates if soulmates exist. But if you work well with someone and you have a good connection with someone, I think that there's multiple people out there like that for you. I don't believe in
Be
just
honest, man. I ain't trying to invest in too many people.
no, not at one time. But if you feel like you worked really well with someone and you guys didn't work out, do you feel like, all right, well, that's it? There's no one else out there for me?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, it got to be one person out there that's gonna work. Like,
Just one. That's it. I
Yeah.
ain't doing all this.
yeah, like I mean, maybe there's another one, but I don't want to leave and go deal with another one. I'm
like finding
cool.
I'm gonna figure this out.
Yeah, like
You know why that concept doesn't work for me? Because if it doesn't work out with the one person I feel like is my soulmate, then I'm gonna be
not
stuck.
saying it's
I'm gonna be
not
stuck.
saying it's my soulmate. What I'm saying is that this person has shown over a period of time that we can figure things out.
Right.
Might you work one of my last nerves? Yes.
You still feel like it's them.
But it still might be them because it takes time to know somebody on that particular level such that you want to like spend or even consider spending a lifetime with them. And I don't want to do it more than once. Like I just don't.
I was just about to say that sounds like you don't care to start over and be on that same level with someone else.
I think
No.
it's different.
Go ahead, Storm. I'm sorry. My bad.
No, I was just saying, I don't think soulmates are outdated, but I think the notion that your soulmate has to be someone of the opposite sex or someone you're in a relationship is outdated. I think that
That's
your
a good
soulmate can
point.
be your best friend. I think your soulmate can be your cousin. I think that your soulmate can be your sibling. I don't think that we have to find a life
cat.
partner as our.
Cats have zero personality, by the
This
way.
is a good point.
Yeah,
I never even thought about
I don't
this.
think
Zero personality.
I don't think that your soulmate has to be someone that you're in a relationship with, because I know a lot of people who have people that they can depend on through thick and through thin. If
That's a
they
good
catch a
point,
charge, they know
yeah.
somebody who gonna put the money on them. Like they have people that they can depend on, and it's not always the person you're in a relationship with. Sometimes it is your best friend or your cousin or somebody like that.
No, I agree. I was actually gonna say the same thing, to be honest. Because like I really believe that, well, I'm not gonna get into the plural, right? But you could make your spouse your soulmate.
How so?
You just have to be dedicated to aligning to their soul. It's really simple. Right? So the thing is, we look for what's going to be perfect in the beginning instead of doing the work to make it perfect in the end. Right? So if I know that me and you have these differences, but we can work through these differences
Exactly, yeah.
and figure this out, we are now soulmates. And I think that is what realistically soulmates are. Two people working to eventually get on the same plane, no matter how long it takes.
I think that's what a regular relationship is.
No.
If I feel like if I
No.
don't got to do that much work to get you on the same wavelength as me, ooh,
No, it all
we just
requires
tied perfectly.
We've been told, like, look,
Like,
the
soulmate.
Gen Zs, whatever the fuck is that?
What number are you
Them
looking at?
niggas-
You can't see it.
Gen Z, Generation Alpha. So Generation Alpha and Gen Zs, right? They've been told that they have to be a soulmate from the very beginning. That don't even make sense.
Your mama's your soulmate because you came from her soul.
That's
In
my
her
birth
belly.
mate.
Right. That's the point. Right.
But my thing is, like, when we're told, and we got to be so careful, because when we're told these different fantasy, poetic, non-real, narratives that we run with in our life, then we blame the world for our lack
Why
of
it ain't
success.
work, yeah.
No, guess what? Your soulmate might not be your soulmate until they're 50. And you might have to be with them for 20 years until they become that person that you're ready to be a soulmate with, right? And we think that it's going to be immediate, and there's no immediate success in life in any shape, way, or form. So when we start to understand that it's going to take time to get to where we want, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be time to get to the relationship and marriage that we desire as well.
Mary?
But you have to build with that person.
Can we get a definition of a soulmate?
That's a good point.
Because waiting 20 years for that one person
Damn,
to be
I only
your
got my soulmate for 10 years. That's
soulmate,
crazy.
I don't know. That's
Now you might have
pretty
him for
crazy.
35.
That's not a soulmate, bruh.
But you had him though, because what's your soul?
I had him. That was my partner. That's who I was doing life with. You know, that's what we was doing something with. But
What Rico was saying is like trying to go platinum, right?
I don't.
It
I
takes
don't.
time.
7 years.
I don't
takes
not
time.
understand what
People
he's
wanna go
saying.
platinum on that first day in the studio. Yo. I wanna go platinum.
So if we're gonna define soulmate,
Yeah.
a person
With whom?
really committed to another person, close friend or romantic partner.
And it could take time.
Oh,
to
you said
finish.
close friend. You said that, Stormy. It doesn't have to.
I
be
know,
a
but
romantic-
that's all it says.
Yes, yes, that's all it says.
Hold on. You just
Generation Alpha.
you just relax.
But again,
I think so. This is the problem. I think that
Connection.
I think that the term soulmate has been romanticized such that we believe that it's someone who in another lifetime or whatever ordained by God was sent to and for you only, and that is the person you have to find in this world of 100 gazillion people. I think like that's how people romanticize soulmate. Whereas I think I actually agree with what Rico was saying is that your soulmate is somebody that you already vibe with, you jive with them, like you have chemistry, synergy, everything. Will it be easy? No. Because you have two separate people who have lived two separately different lives, two different upbringings, two different cultures, two different societal standards. Somebody may have been poor, somebody may have been rich, you know, like just everything is different between these people. But for whatever reason, it works because they create a partnership that works. They have a certain level of respect. They have a certain level of being cordial. They have a certain level of understanding when it comes to even just gender roles. You know what I mean? Like there's an understanding there. And so I get what you're saying. It may take 5, 6, 7 years.
If y'all want me to call my ex, just say that because they're like, I feel like y'all trying to tell me something. Like, what's up?
Maybe I'm
Okay.
not saying that.
Oh, that's not okay.
That's not what I'm saying. So I feel like we can agree to disagree on that because I feel like for someone to be your soulmate, not romantically either, it just works.
Yes.
You just fit. If you gotta take 20 years to be like, okay, well now you're my soulmate. It took us 20 years to get to this point of like we're on the same page and we fit like
That's not what he's
this.
saying, though.
That's what I got from what he was saying.
let me give you a personal example. When you first came at the table, it didn't just work for you. Okay? It took time. It took a collective
Practice.
effort. It took practice. It took a conscious effort. And now you're here years later doing well. And it's the same thing for your relationship. It's the same thing for your friendships. It's the same thing with your family relationships. And if you think that it's just going to work from the beginning, those are usually the ones that are fun. And then they come crashing down.
Flash in the pan.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't
So
last.
we have to make sure that you understand that if you've been on this earth for 25 years, let me just put this in perspective. You've been on this earth for 25 years. You meet somebody here today, right? Wherever. You think they're going to know 25 years worth of Amanda in 12 months? No. So it's going to take a lot of time to know Amanda 25 years worth. And then when they finally learn that 25 years worth, you also have to be able to learn their 25 or 30 years, whatever their age may be. And then that's when you can fully align and become a soulmate. It's not going to happen just like that. That piece to the puzzle doesn't just fall in. You might have to cut it up. You might have to craft it up. You might have to measure it. You might have to measure the space, and then you can place it.
Glue.
Yeah.
Glue a little.
I'm not
It's the El
falling.
Padrino.
I'm really not falling in line in what you guys saying. I'm still going to agree to disagree, only because are we doing this again?
No, it's for Rico.
Okay,
My ring.
Big boy.
Right.
I just feel like
Uber me.
I can appreciate a good relationship that you guys had to work to get there. I can appreciate that. Do I think that that's what a soulmate means? No. That's all I'm
What
saying.
does a soulmate mean? Is it Shrek?
said that's what it
Shrek
means.
and Fiona to you?
Well,
Is that a soulmate?
That's a horrible example because they did not like each other at first.
That might. I was trying to put it into
They
my.
don't like it doesn't mean they can't be soulmates.
And look what happened. What happened to Shrek and Fiona? What happened in the end?
Getting married.
What happened in the end?
You hear me? Look, you're not even.
I should say you're not looking.
And
Watch me. Look at my face.
Because I'm like, she like, okay. And I'm like, but you
Look
didn't
at my
I said,
face.
you didn't see this. You're not looking.
Actually, I mean, honestly, Rico.
I mean, it seems like that's what they were saying.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. And even when you break it down to like knowing a person's development from the time that they're born to when you've met them, that's a lot of understanding. And not to say that everyone has trauma. Like you have to understand like what makes them tick, what makes them happy, what makes them like what's triggering. Like there's so much, and it's so nuanced to understand somebody such that you fit into their lives like a glove, you know? And I don't think it's easy. So it does take time to realize that someone is your soulmate. And honestly, I think that a lot, when I think about like old couples, because it'd be a lot of beef in the beginning, a whole lot of beef. But when one dies, the other one literally can't be without them.
Will die shortly after.
Yeah.
1,000%.
When one is going through illness, the other one, you know, they're going through it like physically with them. They're ailing, you know what I mean? And so I think that it does take time to get to that place where you're truly on one accord.
Yeah.
Because the first 10 years of your marriage, you not on one accord in most cases. You might get there maybe by like 15, 20, you know, it just takes time because you're literally taking two people who are just like from totally different worlds and trying to make them cohesive.
And
make
when
them
you
want.
think about it, the longer that you wait,
No, I already know.
the longer that you wait, the more experiences somebody else has to learn that you've endured, the good and the bad of it. So if I marry you at 40 versus marrying you at 25, there's 15 more years of experiences of good and bad that I now have to learn and adapt
And combat.
and yeah, possibly combat
Yes.
and adjust
Yep.
to, which makes it hard. You know what's funny? My grandmother and my step grandfather, but he's like my grandfather. He's been there since I was born. They've been married since I was born, right? When COVID happened, he got really sick and they were going to pull the plug on him. Like he was on like 80% on the machine, whatever it was. My grandmother was like, no, mind you, for 7 years prior to that,
They weren't together.
they were not together. They've been sleeping upstairs and downstairs. They don't talk. They don't do anything together besides run their business that they own together, right? Quote unquote, hate each other, blah, 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 blah. When that moment came and they said they were going to pull the plug, she said, no, I don't want, just give him a fighting chance. I need him to be here. He found a way, and mind you, I was flying to LA. I'm not going to lie. I was tearing up like, damn, he's about to die. Like, da-da-da-da.
But you
When
was in LA.
Yeah, well, because I was working, right? So, more of the story is he survives. Boom. I don't know how. He was in a coma. He was in the hospital for like 9 months straight. Multiple surgeries and whatnot. He survives. He's good now. Now he's finally home, right? Now they're best of friends.
Oh.
Now they're together again.
Now they soulmates.
Now they soulmates.
Hold on.
You feel what I'm saying?
To wait 30 years
So
to find
what I'm
my
saying
soulmate.
is, what I'm saying is, you don't know who. Like you, we all sit here. And we've been conditioned to quit so soon that we really don't even know who really is our soulmate. We possibly could be quitting out on our soulmate way before they even, you know what I'm saying, demonstrated that they are what we need and are what we want. And the problem is we're not being patient. We want everything fast and we want everything now. And nothing good is going to happen at first that is worth having.
All right, guys. Wonderful topic. I really love how it evolved. We definitely peel back the layers on this. So I actually appreciate everybody's insight, even Rico and his leaky ass eye. Stormy, thank you so much for coming through on your birthday. Thanks for celebrating with us.
Thank you.
Guys, make sure you check out Stormy. Stormy, drop your info when you drop your content. Tell Tell everybody what's going on.
Follow me at Stormy PEA. Follow my podcast at Chocolate Chip and Sip. We drop new episodes every Thursday. And if you don't remember anything else, remember I'm not waiting 30 years to find my soulmate.
Love it.
And there you go.
She always,
You can give me Stormanda, go.
Are you Power Rangers now?
Fucking warping this bitch.
Guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We love you. Thank you for the questions, the comments, the love, the money, so we can get us a new microphone.
We need like $25 more, right?
So we can get our microphone.